Jai Shri Ram. I am N. Kishore Kumar Jyotish Acharya. Continuing with my astrological series on the planet's role in the events that take place around us. Today, I am taking up the forthcoming US presidential election as my topic to discuss the role of planets in the election of next US president. In part 1 of today's series, I will be analyzing the horoscope of Donald Trump, who will be the candidate, and in part 2, which I will be presenting on 26th of July 2020, I will be analyzing the horoscope of Joe Biden, who will be his rival. These two will contest the forthcoming US presidential election, and I would like to analyze the role of planets will have in election of the next US president. Donald Trump is presently running the Mahadasha of Jupiter, which began in November 2016, and immediately this Mahadasha conferred the US presidentship on Donald Trump. This we all know. Jupiter is the fifth lord and eighth lord in Donald Trump's horoscope, and he is influencing the sixth house, the eighth house, and the 10th house. That is the house of competition, house of sudden events, and house of profession, respectively. These will be the major areas where the influence of Jupiter will be felt during this Mahadasha, and the effect of Jupiter will be reflected in the daily life of Donald Trump in these particular areas. The Antardasha is of Saturn. Saturn is the sixth lord and placed in the 12th house, thus conferring the Viprita Raja Yoga during this period, which is a very, very important aspect during this time of presidential election. Jupiter and Saturn, being the Mahadasha Lord and the Antardasha Lord, will play a very, very important role during this time, as whatever events happen, they happen during the particular Mahadasha period, and how they are connected with each other. And Saturn also aspects or influences the sixth house, the ninth house, and Jupiter, the Mahadasha Lord. So Saturn influence will be on the Mahadasha Lord Jupiter, the sixth house, that is the house of competition, and the ninth house, that is the destiny house, house of destiny. So these areas will have major impact or influence during this Antardasha period of Saturn. Now, one very important point to be noted is that both the Mahadasha Lord Jupiter and the Antardasha Lord Saturn are influencing the sixth house, that is house of competition, and elections are nothing but a competition between two or more individuals. At the time of election, when elections take place in November 2020, the period will be of Jupiter, Saturn, and Rahu, and all these three planets will be in one way or the other influencing Sun, the indicator of power, authority, or government. So these three planets will have a very, very important role during the time elections take place and decide the fate of Donald Trump. What will happen, whether Donald Trump gets elected or not, that I will tell after I present the analysis of Joe Biden next week. Jai Shri Ram.